Welcome to Astana Times Now. I'm your host, Asiya Stubaldna. In this broadcast, we will look at agreements reached during a recent meeting of Caspian Sea nations, a global investment roundtable in Astana, and efforts by Kazakh athletes to reach the Winter Olympics in South Korea, among other stories. Let's get started. The foreign ministers of Caspian Sea states recently approved during a meeting in Moscow a draft convention settling key issues related to the Caspian Sea, including the delimitation of the marine area and regulation of economic activities. The convention is expected to be signed during the 2018 5th Caspian Sea Summit in Astana.
Negotiations between the 5 Caspian Sea states, Azerbaijan, Iran, Kazakhstan, Russia, and Turkmenistan, have been ongoing for 2 decades. In addition to the delimitation and regulation of economic activities, the draft convention also covers the development of biological resources, the seabed and subsoil, navigation, environmental protection, and marine scientific research. Cooperation with Caspian Sea states is of a great importance for the head of our state, Nursultan Nazarbayev. One of the key priorities that he put forward was reaching agreement on the convention about the Caspian Sea legal status. That was what foreign ministers have been working on today in Moscow. I am glad to say that we have found solutions to all the remaining issues related to the preparation of the document. The text of the convention is ready.
The Kazakh capital recently hosted the Global Investment Roundtable, promoting the nation's investment opportunities and attracting more than 100 companies from around the world. Contracts worth more than $3.5 billion were signed at the meeting, including in metallurgy, mining, agriculture, construction, and transport.
The goal of the event was to develop a long-term strategy to attract investment to Kazakhstan's emerging economy, which this year saw 4% GDP growth. Kazakh officials said the stabilization of Kazakhstan's economy after the 2014 slowdown has been one of the key attractions for foreign investors. $10 billion have been invested in Kazakhstan's economy in the first 6 months of 2017 alone. We plan to increase the volume of investments next year, given the legislative amendments concerning investments and the opening of Kazakh Invest national company. We expect the investment growth from 8 to 10% this year.
Different strategies.
We have embarked on comprehensive work seeking to attract investments to Kazakhstan. Priority industries include chemistry, oil chemistry, and engineering. We target not only transnational companies, but also medium American businesses.
Representatives from the United States Federal Bureau of Investigation praised Kazakhstan's anti-corruption policy and mechanisms during a recent visit to Washington by then Deputy Chair and now Chair of the Kazakh Agency for Civil Service and Anti-Corruption Affairs, Alex Pekbayev.
Deputy Assistant FBI Director Matthew Moon said Kazakhstan's anti-corruption policy is progressive and effective. Representatives of the FBI, World Justice Project, Freedom House, the World Bank, the U.S. State Department, and the Political Risk Service also noted the potential for anti-corruption bilateral cooperation and emphasized the need to involve NGOs in anti-corruption strategies and to develop an anti-corruption culture in Kazakhstan. In general, they gave a positive assessment. We presented our anti-corruption policy and briefed them on Kazakhstan's anti-corruption measures. We pointed out 3 key priorities that include openness, transparency, and accountability of our state. We also told about the creation of a professional, compact, and economically motivated state apparatus, ensuring a rule of law, strengthening protection of rights and freedoms, and development of international cooperation. We had very extensive negotiations and discussions. I believe what Kazakhstan does to fight corruption is very useful for business and public service in general. Kazakhstan's achievements in the fight against corruption positively affect our understanding and evaluation. Kazakhstan's rating is improving every year.
25 industrial projects were launched during the recent nationwide teleconference marking Industrialization Day. The projects are part of an accelerated Kazakh industrialization program begun in 2010. Approximately 1,080 projects have been launched since 2010, worth $16.45 billion.
Among the projects launched during Industrialization Day were a car recycling plant in the Karaganda region, with an annual capacity of 50,000 cars, a Jizen-house aluminum alloy plant in Pavlodar, a granite, marble, and gypsum production plant in Almaty region, and a gold recovery plant in the Pavlodar region. Kazakhstan's president also noted the importance of modernization and human capital to the country's industrialization program. Key issue in the industrialization policy is introduction of 4.0 technology. We have discussed it, and we need to understand what it means. Therefore, Digital Kazakhstan program was developed. We need all ministries, all local administrations, all companies to be involved in its implementation. The strategically important task of modernization is the development of human capital. The government should align the education system to the demands of a new industrialization. This is a huge work. We will have no industrialization or digitalization without qualified specialists.
Kazakhstan has provided $450 million in foreign development aid since 1996, according to a report presented at a recent meeting of the Kazakh Senate's International Relations, Defense and Security Committee.
Kazakhstan launched its official development assistance program, the Kazakhstan Agency for International Development, or KazAid, in 2010, but has been helping other countries since 1996 in accordance with international agreements. Kazakhstan's assistance has focused primarily on near-abroad countries in response to natural and man-made disasters. Aid has also been provided to international organizations. We have sent another tranche just recently to Afghanistan and Tajikistan. It included flour, canned goods, and meat products. Similar assistance is provided in case of harsh climate conditions, such as floods or snowfalls, which included fuel, food, tents, and sleeping bags.
20 Kazakh athletes have qualified so far for the 2018 Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang, South Korea. At least 40 more Kazakh athletes also hope to compete in the Winter Games.
Kazakhstan's national figure skating, short track, and biathlon teams have been qualified for the Winter Olympics. The final list of the Olympic participants will be announced January 20th. The competition for Olympic bids began. We passed the first stages. There are certain positive moments. First time in the history, we won a bronze medal in biathlon. We will see, and I hope our athletes will be in their best shape when the Olympic Games begin.
Almaty recently hosted the Night of the Ad Eaters, an all-night screening of commercials from around the globe. Created by French producer Jean-Marie Boursicotte, the project has been traveling the world for the last 35 years and was last shown in Kazakhstan in 2013.
Jean-Marie Boursicotte's collection consists of 950,000 commercials from around the world, and 400 were presented during the most recent showing in Almaty. Organizers hope to bring the event to the Kazakh capital in 2018. Our first goal is to inspire people, because we treat commercials not as a tool to sell or communicate a product, but a kind of art. Second goal is communication and interaction, because the night gathers leading specialists in marketing, advertising, and journalism.
Thank you for watching Astana Times Now. Stay tuned and we will see you next week with the latest in Kazakh news.